Good morning. Good morning. Just gonna be playing around a little bit today. Having some fun. So, gonna make sure a couple things are working. There we go. One thing that I found recently was that a bundle and bevy is not a hierarchy component, so you can't have children inside of it. You have to spawn collections of um, components. And if you want to create the hierarchy, you can spawn and then have with children and then spawn with that. And there seems to be some sort of relationship in having transforms and visibility with these elements. I do not know exactly how much I need to include. We could try to pare this down a little bit. Let me check on one of my OBS settings real quick. I'm trying to find. Let me run this because I want to make sure that it runs. Okay, there it is. However, the little window that popped up is not visible. Where is it? I'm not sure what it's called. Um, yep, I've got too many windows open. Just one moment. Interesting, I'm not seeing it in the list. Alright, well this is what it looks like currently. And you can see I've got Suzanne in there, along with some buttons. They're not really textured at the moment. If I go to the automatic scene switcher, it must have some other funky name. Not showing up in the automatic scene switcher list. I'm just not seeing it. Everything else seems to be there. Close down some things. That'll help. Ah, there it is. think they had a maximum number of elements for their list. There we go. Now if I go back to control, should get this scene. Come back to the code. Okay, where is it? Yeah, then it goes away. Perfect. All right. How's everyone today? Audio okay today? Got the old mic out. I'm gonna go back to main, remove Suzanne. Suzanne's my test dummy. And we will also set up the camera back to origin. 10. Let's see what happens. All right. Oh, goody. The borders are not far enough forward. Fix that. Oh, am I using the same transform for each of them? Looks like I am. So the back transform from translation. Now, I think X is left right in this. Z is front to back, and Y is up down. We're going to put the buttons slightly further back, the back of the button, behind the border of the button. The Z, I think it's going to be, let's see, away from the camera in this case. Where did I put the camera? Camera's at 10, so that means that negative should be away from it. Negative 0.5. Oops, 0. All right. I like how quickly Bevy builds. That's really nice. Oh, there we go. It's a little far back. Let's bring that in a little bit. Maybe a lot. There we go. Now we have the borders in front of the border backs, the button backs. Get those colored up correctly. Now, I want a better coordinates organization for this. Right now, what am I doing? It's X and Y out there, and it looks like it's going up and to the left. Because the button, if this was the what was it, the pound key there on the bottom right, looks like it's in the middle of the window. Then elements are going up and then to the left. I don't like that. I think they should go the other direction. Oh, where I put my camera, I need to change that. So if I put my camera on the other side, then it would swap the direction. But it also means that I have to change this here. I need to be looking at -1 because they're at 0. This will need to be behind Okay, I think that's more what I'm expecting. Adjust that to 0. Hey, Peyton Rolls. How are you? Okay, I like that better. Why didn't this work? 0.01, is it offset in its mesh? That looks like it's on origin. They're both at 0, 0. Those are good. These all seem to be at 0, 0 as well. Oh, these are slightly off. Oh, but that's X. They are slightly off 0. Okay. Yeah, now we have a little bit of Z tearing. I thought that I could export this. It would have its own kind of bounding box. Geometry, vertex colors. Okay. Still no dice. Just gonna try a larger value. Okay, that did work. Huh. Alright, but now I want the keypad at the center of the screen. So how large are we making this keypad? So here we have all of our IDs. We're enumerating them. We have index and ID. That's the enumerated value, and then the ID. Is my button not full width? How big is the button? Button border. Dimensions, yeah, it's 0.8. Okay. So it's designed to fit within one element. So we can shift everything to the left just a touch in order to get that centered. Thinking that we do that on the keypad itself. So transform translation is going to be a negative 1.5, 1.5 buttons that way. And oh, am I getting this in the right direction? Yeah, that should work. And then negative here as well. Let's give that a run. Ooh, that's not the center of the screen. But you can see how far behind the button border the buttons are. Hey Mufri, I'm using Bevy, so this is using the WGPU or whatever backend that Bevy's using. Oh, patent rules, that's an interesting question. Um, it goes against what I was doing with Legacy, but I think I like using Bevy because I like Rust. I like using the ECS so far. Well, I like the idea of using the ECS. I haven't actually used it in this project yet, but reading through it, it's very similar to what I was using on the game server. So that feels very familiar. And I like using an ECS because in games you tend to have like this kind of global state store anyways, and an ECS is a perfect sort of bucket for that. Wow, am I getting that so wrong? And why is it rotated like that? Is it looking... Where is that looking? Oh, it's because I have it tilted. These values should be straightforward, so they need to be adjusted as well. Well, it's funny though, because it's looking at 0, 0. I mean, 0, 0's up and to the left. That feels awkward. Or is it away and to the bottom right? I thought the camera was on 0, 0. Yeah, I would miss the editor as well for just setting things up, because that's what I'm doing right here. It would be so easy to just have, like, set this up in Godot. But for some reason, I find that I like using Rust. And I find myself inside of Godot avoiding GDScript. Not because it's really powerful and efficient, it's just that's not what I'm interested in at the moment. And when I'm doing stuff that's like part of my fun projects, I would rather be doing stuff that I'm interested in, right? If it's like a paid gig, sure, I would gladly use that editor. You heard that Rust is a neat language? Yeah, it's got some perks. You don't write any GDScript for the same reason? Yeah. Morning, Museum. So the camera here is at 0, 0, 0. X, Y, Z. Y is up in this case. In this case, we're looking at 0. And we're using Y as the up direction. I guess we could use Z as an up direction because it would just So if we did Z here and mimicked what Blender was using, but then we'd have to export these again, not using Y is up. Okay, forget that. Continue to use Y is up. Amusing, how have you been? I saw some of your World of Warcraft videos this past month, and I do miss WoW. I had a big WoW, I guess, addiction forever ago. But that's gone now. You played it for like 3 days and uninstalled it. There's been a lot going on in the Rust ecosystem. See, Tokyo hit 1.0, which is fantastic. Really neat. I found it interesting that they didn't include the stream pieces in the 1.0 release. Still waiting on Warped upgrade? Yeah. I think here. So we want this to be... No. I want it to be negative because of the orientation here. For some reason, I'm still having issues with my coordinate system. Let's change one of these at a time. So in this case, we're looking at XYZ. Main constant generics. Oh, I saw that. Yes, and it's planned for 1.5. Oh, 1.50. That's going to be neat. I read on some of the reasoning behind getting these pieces kind of trickled into the ecosystem. It's because all of constant generics is so big that it would take forever to get all of it in. And each little piece is so powerful that all on its own that it's worth having in. I just wonder if any one of these pieces is going to be a problem for a later piece. Like, oh, we didn't think about such and such, right? And then they can't do the later piece because of it. I hope not. Everything seems to be really well planned out. All right. Oh, because one of them, it's looking at its own point, which doesn't work. Of course. So you have statically defined perfect read-only hash maps. Oh, I've seen those before. I've used those before. Wow, that was a long time ago. Where was that? Um, that would have been Secret Listener? 11 years ago? Ah, yes, with the jam build system. Um, I think it's inside of app. Ah, well, back to the code. What sort of operations do they have for that VEC? VEC 3. Okay, so I could add something forward to it. Okay, let's go ahead and use that. You're planning on doing CTRE and Rust soonish? Oh, neat. That would be cool. Oh, I think I can use unit for this. I also want to do Lua's string patterns at compile time. Oh, that'd be cool too. It's been a long time since I've used Lua ones. See, that doesn't look to be the center of the window vertically. Because if each square is... Are we half off? I think we're half off. Because the origin's in the center of those keypads. Which means that, in this case, we want to go -1 left. Vertically, it looks okay. Morning, Pro Theory 8. How you doing? Oh, this is funny. I don't remember which direction I was moving this in from. Because actually, I don't like the translation having to go positive in the X direction to go left. That seems really, really weird. Yeah, okay, let's put the camera back the way it was. Alright, so here the camera is looking at from +10. Alright, so if that's like that, then we have to go back, change keypad, be facing the other direction. There's that translation. So if we do that, then we have to get this one to be positive. Well, this is positive. Did I flip these the wrong way? Yeah. Do we have to include the looking at on every single one of these? Am I flipping one on accident? Ah. Now it's all gone. So it's at 0. It's looking at its location just forward. That seems really strange. Unless I forgot to save once. Oh, that is cool looking. See, I don't think I have to have this one. What is the default transform, actually? Default, it's identity, which is 0, scale 1. Yeah, that should be okay. Let's make sure that works. Go ahead and get rid of that. I'm going to remove that looking at, because I don't want that. Just going to remove those to make sure that we're going to use the defaults there. Same here. But here, the keypad itself, this is where we'll control where everything's looking. What is with this? background. Let's try one of these other stations. Alright, there's nothing there. This is likely because it's facing the wrong direction now. So looking at okay, that took much too long. That's why you would use Godot. The editor just saves you so much time. Alright, but that's about the right place. Now before I get those textured in, I want to have... Let's see. The controls in this game are going to be fairly simple. Not a lot going on at once. I think we need to get this scaled up a little bit or make the windows smaller. Having the windows smaller wouldn't be bad. I could see like maybe you want to go full screen or something. Hide the rest for that sort of cinematic experience. How do you change the background color? I know how to do that in Godot. I could put some sort of big black plane in the background. Let's look. I would like to be able to load the GLTF stuff a little different. The format lets you load specific meshes and elements. You can have all sorts of stuff in GLTF animations and whatnot. Well, let's see. Let's look in render. Camera, color, space, draw, HD mesh. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's come back in here. So let's see. Now we have this X and Y are left now, which is good. Negative is forward. Or excuse me, is towards the camera at this point. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. And how does that translate from Blender? So for an object mode, can I just create like a ball or something? Here, let's create a mesh. No. Just a cube. Cube's fine. Alright. There's our cube. Now, they're going to swap Z and Y when exporting. But here, if we change Y and we increase it, that's going away and decreasing. Okay, so negative is still towards the camera. I don't know why, but like in Blender, I just do this intuitively. Like learning to type, right? After a while, you don't remember where the keys are. You just type. Okay, so positives that way. Of course, X and Z. Yep, that's gonna go that way. That's gonna go up, which makes sense. This is front. Yep, okay. Well, let's delete that cube. Now, how do we click on a button? I want a sound to play when I click on a button. Oh, wrong place. I had seen some sort of Bevy plugin for this. Is it this one? Mod picking? "3D mouse picking, making it easy to interact with 3D geometry using your mouse or any other raycasting source." Okay. Looks pretty neat. What is this? How does this work? Nixidiv, good morning. I'm still using COC. Conquer of completion at the moment. I will occasionally attempt to redo all of my my Vim configs, but I do it rarely. Alright, multiple windows. Pick groups. Pick groups allow you to associate meshes with raycasting source. There's pick result for each group. Okay. Get picks. Okay, so here's our system. That's interesting. I want to see the source on that repository. Origin, direction, Ray 3D. Okay, that's... Looks like it's just a ray definition. Oh, there's more down here. I saw the dark mode bit. Just haven't bothered to to switch to it. Is it good? Okay, so they're doing checks to see what it's actually interacting with. What is highlight doing? Cover color, selection color. So here they have a query for a selectable pick mesh standard material, etc. But what are they doing? So they're getting the current color. Initial color. They're using dark blue instead of black. Oh, that's a deal breaker. Alright, let's get this wired in. So where are they setting up their systems? Startup system, highlight param system. So setup here sets up the camera, a bunch of elements in there. PBR bundle with that, with that, with that, with that. So the elements that are interactive. I wonder if I can apply this to a button instead of the PBR. Because what if I have multiple meshes that I want to treat as one thing? So I want to highlight collection. That's interesting. Okay. Let's try it. Deal break. Yeah, no, I don't actually. I wonder. Coming back here. If I turn that off. Here, let's turn this off for Dark Reader. Okay, here we go. Now let's set it under settings, appearance, dark. It is very, very similar, isn't it? Half moon. Which one's half moon? Settings. Oh, the default to system. Yeah. I think my system is permanently in that mode. All right. Interesting. Here they do a matrix. Fast forward. Oh, did my bot die? Yeah, this is OS 10. Sage Bob. Wow, Bob is slow. Oh, there we go. Commands is still there. All right. You have the kids in the background. All right. Thank you. All right. So, I wonder if there's a different way to do that. Because let's see, there's ray casting. Is that the only way that you can do this in here in Bevy? Oh, no, nobody ever answered my question. I mean, the mod one seems pretty good. It'd be nice to have like a curated list of bevy stuff. Was there an awesome bevy thing? There is. Hmm. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's look at one of the examples here. And find one which would be one that you would click on. But I could just translate the coordinates myself. Yeah, I think the UI is going to be fixed enough that if there is like a input event, I can map that to an actual component without using all this extra stuff. So yeah, that's how it is. And in this case, Y is also up. And I did find a bevy. What was an issue the other day? It was a closed bug from forever ago. It was one of the old ones. Right. All right. Let's see. So there's that. Oh, interesting. So it matches the DirectX and Metals coordinate system. That's handy. Alright, so how is input handled? Alright, so we can have touch events. Alright, well I'm going to wind down. I'm going to figure out a little bit of this kind of afterwards. But everybody's, I'm still inside. I haven't gone back out to the office. So, I'm going to try and get a little bit of the input system handling working. And maybe some sort of event mapper. We'll see. Alright, y'all. Until next time. Start a raid here. Oh, thank you, Museum. Till next time. Bye.